All right. Well, look at this. We have got ourselves a new vet. Went from a C4 to the last year, the C5. So, look at this. Got a can of tuna down here. Why do I have tuna down here? Because we got a cat in here somewhere. I locked it in here. Oh, cat in the wall, and now you're speaking my language. No, there's literally a cat somewhere in this shop. I chased it in here. I closed the door. Cannot find it. I don't know if it's in here or somewhere. I drove it out, drove it back. Hopefully maybe like chop it up. But no, I looked in the boat, looked up. I've looked everywhere. So there's a cat in here. So I'm just going to keep the door shut. Maybe I'll eat some tuna. And yeah, maybe I'll give myself a new best friend. But anyways, been looking for a new vet. I was kind of thinking about the C4 for a while. Then decided maybe go something newer. The C5s have always been a car that I've liked. The only problem is they, for when I'd love to get a manual in the car, but if we're gonna do anything with it, my wife wants to drive it. She refuses to learn how to drive a manual. So I'm like, all right, if we're gonna do an automatic, it's got to be at least a 6-speed automatic. So 6L80, be great to have a 10-speed. But these cars, it's hard to put a 6-speed in these until now. So I was going to go for a C6 because they obviously came after 2005. They came with a 6L80. Well, we can put one in this car now. Now you have standalone controllers. Well, they're not a standalone controller. They're basically a standalone talk box because essentially the transmission itself has its own controller. This still has a PO1 in it. And, this is class 2 J1850 protocol. And then the transmission for the 6L80 is CAN bus. Well, it basically talks back and forth. So you essentially could put a 6L80 in here, which we're going to do at some point. But this came up locally to me, which I live in a town of like just over 1,100 people. And I was like, I knew this existed, but I didn't know who owned it. Well, now I have it. It's a 04. It's got 73,000 miles on it. Got it for a pretty good deal. Had to, worked with the guy, super nice guy. I know of him, but I've never met him in person. Finally met, awesome dude. So bought the car from him. And what we're going to do with this thing is we're going to drive it as it is, but this is going to be like the new daily summer driver. Not going to cage it. Not going to do what the C4 was. But obviously, with the 4L60 in this thing, it actually shifts really nice. We're going to use it as it is for right now. LS1 that's in here works great. And I think like by next year, we'll do like a cam, tune. Probably, I think what we'll do is, you can actually switch these cars over to a P59. They're on a P01. They actually were through 04. They're like the really weird car that, when GM switched to the P59 in 2003, these kept going through. We're just going to switch to a P59. I have tons of parts up there to do it. And then we'll get it to talk to the BCM in this car. And then what we can do is do a better flex fuel. We'll do like 85. I'll tune it. And I'm hoping that with like a cam and just flex fuel on that alone, it's a 400 horsepower car. It'd be awesome. It'd be like a Z06 kind of. And then from there, I think what we'll do is we'll just keep driving it. And then I might do like, a gear change in the back, have some fun out of it, and then eventually, I think I'll swap the 6L80 if it's good, get some money out of it, obviously, because it does. This thing shifts great for a 4L60. I've had every vehicle that I've had with the 4L60, I've had to rebuild. I've rebuilt 2 of them myself, but other vehicles I've had rebuilt, and it'd be sweet to drop a 6L80 in this thing, build the PCB for the paddle shifters, and put paddle shifters in it like the C6. And then tune it on that, and then have the P01 or the P59 essentially to switch over to. Do its thing with that intermediate box, talk to the transmission controller, and then have a 6-speed automatic Corvette that's cammed, can do all the fun stuff, flex fuel, and see what this thing does. And from there on, we can do more. We can do, heads, intake. If the LS1 of this thing decides that it's going to throw a rod, we can put 6.2 in it and do like a all motor build, or decide we're just going to put aluminum 5.3. Oh, there's aluminum 5.3 right here. And put in there and do like maybe some turbos down there. I don't know. it's going to be a driver car. I'm not doing drag racing anymore. I'm not doing any of that stuff. Fortunately, I just don't have the time with kids. So this will be a fun car to play with. You know, it'll be good the way it is right now. And after a while, we can, you know, do some fun stuff with it. But I mean, it was fairly cheap. So it'd be fun to just do a couple things with. So that's my little update, I guess, with the new car. Probably not gonna see a lot of this thing unless I start getting really into it. Might do intake, you know, I'm probably do, it's already got, hey, actually, let me pop the hood on you. It's already got, you know, your typical cold air intake, but I'd like to do something like, it'd be sweet to do like I can't do LS3 heads, but it'd be sweet to do like maybe an LS6 intake or something a little bit better. It's dirty as heck, but we could do, you know, intake. We do heads. This is the drive-by-wire for the P01. We switched it over to P59 drive-by-wire setup, which is a lot smaller than this. And then it has a little bit better flex fuel setup. We can do that. Then put like flex fuel sensor right here. You can do that. Tune it. And like I said, even with like just flex and oh geez, this is just like my C4. Exactly like my C4. Do the flex, do a cam, do a tune. It's already got cat back on it. I mean, it's essentially, it would be just like a Z06 for power, other than automatic, but it would be sweet to put a 6L80 in this thing, which I think we'll do. So there you go. I'm ranting on. I could keep saying the same thing over and over. So there you go. Here's the new car. It'll be fun.